All right, maybe I'm not the right person to be talking about this subject or anything like that, but the whole men's right activist movement and whatnot, I it's getting harder and harder to support some of these people. Honestly, I used to watch like what was it like something King, it's Tay Tay something Bebe, and Roma Army. Out of the three that I just mentioned, I kind of still watch Roma Army because I mean, for a long period of time, I think she was the first one I found, and she was saying some shit that made me like, you know what I'm saying, like I was going through some tough times, and it made me feel how do you say, like somebody was out there like fighting for me, you know what I'm saying, if that made sense, like somebody was on my side even though, we never met or anything like that. Like, I think that's what a lot of people on social media, like those the popular ones at the very least, they kind of give other people hope, and I respect that. But the reason why I started to fall off watching those type of videos and whatnot, because I never watched the men ones, because the men ones usually, I mean, I have watched the men ones, but I never like followed it like religiously like I did the female ones, because it felt like it was a lot of anger, if that made sense. It was like, oh, women are doing this, so hate women or whatever, and all this extra shit. But yeah, um, and I like full disclosure, I'm what you would call like a lonely dude. I won't describe myself as an incel. I don't hate women. Trust me. Like if you know the people that I know, I don't hate women. I don't do any of that fucking. I mean, I would talk about behavior because that's observation or whatever. But I won't just sit there and just say like fuck all women and whatnot. Um, there's a lot of behavior that women get away with that men can't. Like, for example, I like to work at Starbucks. I mean, not like I don't work for Starbucks. I like to work at Starbucks. Like, just to clarify, Starbucks did not give me a paycheck. Um, full disclosure, I have very small amount of stocks in Starbucks, so technically, yeah, that's just full disclosure. So, um, which I'm planning on selling honestly, because I'm broke as fuck and I need money. But anywho, that's besides the point. Yeah, women would come up to me and just like they'll like throw their titties in my face and shit like that, try to get me to like react or whatever. And like I would like the way I get sexually harassed, I would tell my friends, and they would just look at me like, "Nigga, you fucking gay" or some shit like that. Like, yo, you just sound like straight, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you but it's just all about respect, because I don't go around, you know what I'm saying, throwing my dick in people's faces and shit like that. Like people wear what they want to wear, and fuck it, if they want to wear that thing, like that is what it is. If you want a certain amount of attention, that is what it is. But I always thought that I like Roma's message of like, yo, if you want to talk to somebody, just talk to them. Or fuck the rejection that comes, quote unquote, that the potential of rejection. Because I always treated everybody with respect. But I mean, like a lot of women, they like, especially when I go to clubs and stuff like that, they would like grab my dick, they would like kiss me, like, what I'm saying, without consent, lick my face. You know what I'm saying? Just pull my, like a couple of times they pulled my pants down, and obviously in the club, a dude with his pants down, like security just comes and just like assumes I'm just this asshole, so they kick me out. A lot of times I've been kicked out of places because, or got into fights like with men because women hit on me like without my consent, obviously, and all this extra stuff. But I felt like that was just a part of life that I had to just get over, because everybody else made me feel like I deserved it, if that makes sense, or that was just it was just the natural order of things. But Roma kind of made me feel like it's not like, she made me feel like it's not, and it's okay to say it's not. So I respect her out of all of them for that. But and also like what really got me off on the other ones was like, he started to take advice from quote unquote grifters like Candace Owens and stuff like that. And like once you start taking advice from somebody that's like willing to take care, like willing to like really manipulate somebody that with at this point we all kind of like unanimously agree like mental health issues like Kanye. Nah. So I automatically stopped watching a lot of those because of that. But like I think before this whole Andrew Tate defense shit, like I was on Roma's I was team Roma because like like the way that she presented herself and the way that the hate was coming from her, like not from her but like towards her, it just felt so undeserved. I still don't think it's deserved. I don't think anyone should like hate anybody or whatever. I don't hate people like that, like especially if you don't know them, but like to try to like attack somebody and whatnot, it's just not cool. um Fuck. What was I trying to say? Basically, what I was trying to get at is that, yeah, like I personally think though, it's like it's okay to like admit that like, I mean, you could defend Johnny Depp and still think Andrew Tate's a fucking douchebag. It's just like what I'm saying. Like, just because they're both men doesn't mean that you have to like full on defend them. I know everybody deserves their day in court, but I mean, the way that it's been going around for like every like honestly it's horrible how many people want to defend this douchebag, honestly. And he could be wrong, like I could be wrong. He could be like the most generous, fucking thought-provoking guy. I never watched this shit. I've watched like clips here and there and I'm just like, yo, you can just tell a douchebag from like, what I'm saying, we know our kind, if that makes sense. But I've never, what I'm saying, done anything like that towards women or whatever. But yeah, like you can, yeah. I forgot where I was going with this. I honestly did. Uh, oh man, I'm probably gonna have to edit this part out. But the overall message I kind of just want to like let go with this is like to hate somebody just because of what they want to say, free speech or whatnot. Yeah, free speech allows consequences. And I know she's Canadian, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of these women, like the ones I used to watch were American or whatever, or I assume so. Um, yeah, it's cool to defend men, but not all men deserve defense, if you know what I mean. And you know what I'm saying. Same thing with women. It's cool to defend women, but not all women deserve um, defense. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of indefensible behavior from mankind. Like just call it out as it is. Um, if Roma ever ends up watching this video, just know that you've helped me out of like a lot of situations and made me feel human-ish again. um, because of your videos. Uh, I would say don't let people change you. Still do your thing. I know you come at things with a little bit more sarcasm and funniness than the rest of the quote unquote red pill men go their own way community or whatever that that is that subclass. I don't feel like you are fully that, but it is what it is. But the only thing I would say is that yeah, the one thing that you disappointed me on before, that she has disappointed me on, was when she got braids and she let other people talk her out of getting braids because of what was it, cultural appropriation or whatever. Girl, if you want to have braids. It like fuck those people. Like don't let people change who you are just because of whatever notion, whatever. I'm black as fuck. If people know me, like I'm light skinned, but I'm dark as fuck. Like, trust me. Like when I saw you with the braids, I was happy, and then when I heard that you had to take them out because of that shit, so yeah, like that's like my only criticism besides the whole like let's not defend everybody thing. Um, yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much my 2 cents. It's a way longer video than I normally do that I want to do, so I'm gonna end it right here before I start ranting at this point. But stay up, young queen. I would say slow down, like, on your defense of this person before the facts come out. But yeah, try to keep that same energy with everyone else. And I think you probably do. I hope, it's extra stuff. And keep doing what you're doing.